Hi friends, and welcome back to Rustic and Lace DIY. Today is another What Would You Make challenge. I love this challenge. I'll let you know more about that in a few minutes though. But first of all, if you're new here, welcome. My name is Brenda. I am so happy you stopped by today. And if you're returning, you guys are the best. So with all that being said, let's get to crafting. Okay, here's DIY number 1. So for this DIY, I'm going to use this stencil from makersstudio.com, and then I'm going to use my Waverly chalk paint in the color white and my Waverly antique wax. I'm also going to use my Chalkature chalk paste in the colors rust and black velvet. And then I'm going to use this wood pumpkin that I got from Dollar Tree last year, but I'm sure they still have them this year. 5 1-gallon paint stir sticks, and then 7 5-gallon paint stir sticks, and I get those from Amazon. So I'm going to start off by taking some spackling and filling in that hole on that pumpkin, and then I painted the pumpkin white and the stem of the pumpkin with my antique wax. After it was all dry, I took this stencil. It is one of the adhesive type, and I fuzzed it because I didn't want it to pull up my paint when I am removing it. And then I'm going to go over the word Pumpkin Farm and the pumpkin that's on the back of that truck with that rust color. And as you can see, I did add some painter's tape there so that I wouldn't get the rust color on the truck. And then I'm going to lift up my stencil here, my adhesive stencil, until it got to the pumpkin. And then I just made sure that around the truck was sealed again. And then I went over the truck with my black chalk paste. And then I'm going to go over the words on the bottom, the local, organic, and fresh with black. I was originally going to do them in orange. And I forgot. So I ended up doing those. And then I'm going to lift these up just like I did before. That way the paste doesn't stick to the words, once it dries. And then I covered the bottom words with the orange or the rust color. And then I'm going to take my little measuring tape here. I'm just kind of measuring, making sure that it was even. I made lines on both sides of my paint stick. I did this on the top and the bottom of these sticks. And I'm using my, Type Bond glue and hot glue to attach my 1-gallon sticks on the top and the bottom. Then I turned them around and I did the same thing on the back, but this time I added one in the middle as well, but I do the top and bottom just like the front. Then I'm going to paint all of that with my white chalk paint. Then I'm going to go around and do some distressing with my antique wax, and I'm going to do the same on my pumpkin, just a light distressing. If you don't like distressing, you can always skip that part. And then I'm going to use my Type Bond glue again here and hot glue. I did kind of draw out or trace out my pumpkin so I knew where to put them. And then I added my sign. Then I'm just going to add a little bit of hot glue underneath my pumpkin here, and I'm just going to add some Spanish moss. I took one of these styrofoam pumpkins from Dollar Tree, and I'm just cutting it in half. I probably need a sharper blade, but once I got it pretty much cut, I'm just going to kind of easily tear it apart, and then I'm going to glue each half down on the ends of that Spanish moss. Then I turned it around and I hot glued a piece of this ribbon. I got this from Hobby Lobby. And I'm just weaving it inside and out those 5-gallon paint stir sticks on the top there. And then I'm just going to glue that into the back. And then I took this ribbon. This ribbon I got recently from Walmart. I just thought it was beautiful. I'm going to make a bow by making the awareness ribbon, scrunching it up, and then I'm going to add the orange bow in front of the plaid bow and tie them together with some jute twine. And then after that, I did dovetail the ends. If you don't know how to dovetail, you just fold the ends in half and cut at a diagonal. Then I took a whole bunch of raffia here. I'm just, and I'm tying them to the back of those bows. And then I just did a little haircut on them. And then I made another little bit of raffia, tied it together, hot glued it above the pumpkin. Now I'm just using a zip tie. I put it behind my bow, and then I'm just wrapping it around the middle stir stick, a 5-gallon paint stick, and I tighten it there. And then I just went and added some sunflowers around it, and then I just took some twine, wrapped it around the middle stick there underneath the gallon stir stick, and then I'm just going to kind of hot glue the ends to the, I don't know, I just kind of hot glued it a little bit in place so it didn't move around. And there it is. I love that stencil. I think it is so pretty. And you have to let me know what you think about this in the comment box below. Okay, so today is the What Would You Make? And of course, we make everything with wood today. It is hosted every month by my friend Zana at OK at Home and my other friend Connie with Connie's Woodshop and DIYs. This month's guest host is JC with Crafting with JC. So make sure you check out the ladies' videos and their channels and the playlist. I'll have links to all of them in the description box below. Okay, here's DIY number 2. So for this DIY, I'm going to use one of these boxes. I'm just going to use the inner box of that. And then I'm going to use my Waverly chalk paints in the color Pumpkin and Agave. I'm going to use some assorted flowers from Dollar Tree. And then I'm going to use these scrapbook paper from Hobby Lobby. And then these 2 wood pumpkins I had in my stash from Dollar Tree, but I'm pretty sure they still have them. So I'm going to use my heat gun here to remove those bows. Then I'm taking my paper and I'm just using my fingers to crease the middle part of this pumpkin, just like you see me there. I'm just going around the paper and that middle part of the pumpkin. Then I'm just going to cut it all out, and I do this with the other paper for the other pumpkin as well. I love this paper. I don't know. I love it. After that, I went ahead and filled the holes of the pumpkins with my spackling, and then I painted them white. And I also painted the raised areas of the pumpkins. On one pumpkin, it was orange. The other pumpkin I painted with the agave. I did not paint the middle because I know I was going to put the paper on there. Actually, I painted it white, but I didn't put the orange on it. But after I was done, I was like, oh, this is too white. I don't really like it. So I decided to take my antique wax, and I'm just going to go over the white, just like you see me here. I do all of it, just go over all of it with my antique wax. And then I wasn't even trying to be careful because I liked having some of that along the orange and the agave, because it just gives it that rustic look. But I was just wiping off all the extra there, and then I took my Mod Podge and I went around the middle raised area of both pumpkins with my Mod Podge, and then I laid the paper down, and then I'm going to go over the paper with the Mod Podge again. That way it just protects that paper so that it doesn't rip. And then I just set it aside to dry, and once it was dry, I took my wood glue here and that inner part of the box, and I'm just going to glue it to the back side of that first pumpkin, and then I'm going to add more wood glue and hot glue, and I'm going to add that to the front of the other pumpkin, just like that. Now it has a little vase in there. So I took 2 pieces of floral foam, hot glued them together, and stuck them inside my little box or my little crate. And then I'm just going to take some of these flowers and put them all inside. Now I kind of wish I would have had a little bit taller flowers, but I still think it looks really cute. I can go back and add some. I might add some that are a little bit taller. That kind of helps you see it a little bit better, but that's all there was for this. I thought it was really cute. I don't know, kind of a fun idea. I think I kind of got this idea from something at Walmart that I saw. But yeah, I think it might have been nicer if I had a little smaller box, but that's what I had. So you have to let me know what you think about this one as well in the comment box below. Okay, you guys, I just want to thank all my wonderful subscribers. You guys mean the world to me. You guys are awesome. And if you're new here and enjoyed today's video, I'd ask you to hit that red subscribe button, become part of our family. And then if you guys would like to support my channel, you can do that by giving me that thumbs up and comment and watch those ads. That really does help my channel. And if you'd like to follow me on social media, you can find the links in my description box below, as well as my affiliate links too. Okay, here is DIY number 3. So for this DIY, I'm going to use my Waverly chalk paint in the color Pumpkin. I was going to use these leather leaves, faux leather leaves, but they were too big, so I ended up not using them. This faux leather word, thankful word from Dollar Tree, I got that last year. This plaque from Dollar Tree, and then I got this at my local Dollar Tree, one of my Dollar Trees. It was marked down to $1.25. It was normally $3, but the manager was marking them down because she wasn't selling them, I guess. So I grabbed a whole bunch of them. And then I'm going to use this paper that came from this scrapbook paper that I got from Hobby Lobby, I believe last year. So I'm going to start off by painting the back and the sides of that wood canvas, and then I paint one side of my oval plaque. Once they were dry, I'm just taking my Mod Podge, going all over the inside of my wood canvas here. And then after I had that all covered, I cut down my paper, and once I had it all cut to fit, I laid it inside on top of my Mod Podge. And then I covered that Mod Podge again, or covered the paper with that Mod Podge again, just to protect that paper. And then I let it dry. Now, you might be able to tell that I cut my paper a little too short on a couple ends. So I took some of this braided jute cord or ribbon. I don't know what you call it exactly, but I have it in my Amazon store if you're interested in it. I love this stuff. And I just went around the inside and hot glued it in place. Then I'm going to take some wood glue here and some hot glue, and I'm going to glue my little plaque right in the middle of my wood canvas. I originally was planning on using this plaque. I was going to do 3 and make 3 pumpkins out of it, but I decided to do something a little bit different instead. And I really like the way this came out. So I'm going to take some more of that braided ribbon here, and I'm going to just hot glue it all the way around the top part of my plaque. And then after I have that all done, this is where I was playing with that leather leaf, as you can see it there. So I'm going to add hot glue to the back of my word, and I did want it to be kind of curved a little bit. I liked the way it looked, but then I just realized that that leather leaf was too big. So I got some of these leaves. These leaves I bought a couple of years ago from Amazon. It came like 500 in a pack, and I'm still working on them. I still have quite a few. But I just took a couple different colors, and I'm just going to hot glue them in place, just like you see me doing here. And then I decided to make a finger bow. So I'm just going to do this very slowly. I am wrapping my fingers 4 times, just like you see me doing there. Then I'm going to cut a long tail, and then I'm going to take that end and I'm going to wrap it around those loops that are on my finger. I'm coming back up around it and then going through that loop that I just made that goes around it. And then I pull tight. And then after that, I'm just going to trim off those legs and hot glue that right in the middle of my leaves. And you guys, doesn't that plaque look kind of like a pumpkin pie? It kind of gave me an idea, like, I might have to make a pumpkin pie out of that, because it looks like the ribbon is the crust. All I needed was something white in the middle. There, I just added a hanger, and there it is. I think it's really cute. I really like it. You have to let me know what you think about this one as well. Very simple DIY for you guys. I know a lot of you like those. Okay, so it is a time for a celebration of your recreation. So we have these really cute DIYs from Lynette. She recreated my leaf wreath, and then she's getting ready for Halloween. Great job, Lynette. And then Kathy, she's getting ready for Christmas. Look at their little axe cutting the wood in front of her little house. Oh, I just love it. And her bottles, those are so cute. And then Dusty, oh, look at that darling little cow. I love it. And then she used a napkin from Decoupage Napkin that has Arkansas. Great job, ladies. And if you have a creation or recreation that you would like me to showcase for you, you can send pictures to my email address that's listed there, or you can send them to me through Instagram or Facebook Messenger, and I would be more than happy to showcase them here for you. Okay, here's DIY number 4. Super easy one again. So for this DIY, I'm going to take my Waverly chalk paint in the color Agave, but I ended up not using that, and then my antique wax. I'm going to use these 4 little candle holders that I got from Woodpecker Crafts, this paper from Hobby Lobby, and then another one of these wood pumpkins from Dollar Tree. So I started off, I did fill in the hole, and then I am just going to paint the stem here and the back of this pumpkin with my antique wax, and I'm just using my brush to brush it all on, and then I'm just going to wipe off the excess with my paper towel that's laying right there. And then I'll do the other end of this pumpkin and the sides. And after I had it all painted and dried, and I cleaned up my table because I made a huge mess, I went with my paintbrush again and did the same thing on these candlesticks, just brushed on the wax, and then took my paper towel to wipe off the excess. And yes, my hands got really dirty doing that. And then I took the front here, and I'm just covering it again with Mod Podge. Now, I did a lot of decoupaging on this video. I don't know why I did so much decoupaging. I am adding my paper here to the front, and then it wasn't quite long enough, so I had another little small piece, so I just added it. And then again, I'm going to add the Mod Podge on top of it again to protect the paper. And then once it was dry, I cut off all that extra, and then I just took my X-Acto knife to get really close to the pumpkin for any pieces that I couldn't cut close enough. And then after that, I'm just going to use some of this braided jute cord that I get from Amazon as well, and I'm going to hot glue it all the way around my pumpkin. Now, I almost added the sound to this because my grandson, this was right before they left to go home, he came in and he was talking to me while I did this. We were talking about what I was making, and it was just the cutest conversation. I just loved it. I almost left it for you guys to see or to listen to, but I didn't. But anyways, I'm just going to finish hot gluing this in place, and then I am going to, just like I told my grandson, I'm going to add my little candlesticks as legs or feet, whatever you want to call them. Anyways, I'm going to use some wood glue and some hot glue on the bottom of my candlesticks, and then put them on the back of my pumpkin. And that's all there's going to be for this one. It is super easy, and I just think it is so cute and such a fun way to display like a candle or whatever you want to display on there. But you have to let me know what you think about this one as well. Now your final reveal is coming right up, so you guys make sure you check out the host channels and show them some love. Check out the playlist. Make sure you like and comment on everybody's videos. And then I will be back again on Friday. I cannot believe it's the 1st of September already with my first of the month collaboration. So have those notification bells set. And again, make sure you hit that thumbs up and comment. And if you're new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button before you go. I would truly appreciate it. And with all that being said, you guys, I will hope you all have a wonderful week, and I will see you on the next one. Bye-bye.